Okay, so we're going to walk through GarageBand for iPad, and if you open up GarageBand and you look at the little plus sign in the top left-hand corner there, you're going to press that, and that's going to bring up a new project. So go ahead and scroll through here. Remember, we're creating ambiance. We're setting just some basic music. So I'm going to start with some drums, just because I like my beat to tell us what it's going to sound like. You're going to look over to the right and you're going to have some things to choose from, some basic drum percussion instruments, and make sure you have your volume set appropriately. And if you go ahead and look at that black box, you're going to see different areas that you can drop a grid into. And if you take the instrument and drop it more towards the outside, that's what's going to be predominant. It's either going to be louder, or it's going to be a simple rhythm, or it's going to be really complex, or it's going to be quiet. And you can drag as many instruments over there as you want. If you make a mistake and you decide, you know what, that sounds awful, I don't want it, just go ahead and drag it back over to the right, and that will get rid of it out of your project. So go ahead and have some fun with that. If you look to the top left, right now we're on my machine, it says hip hop drum machine, and it's got a picture of, like, it looks like a keyboard on a stand. If you click that, you're going to see all sorts of different kinds of percussion kits that are built in, and you can select any one that you want. So this one is a live rock kit, and you see a whole bunch of different instruments. So you go ahead and you do that, and then when you set it all up, you of course have to hit the record button and record as many measures of that as you want, and then that's going to make a project. And this is what a project looks like once it's started. So you're going to see there on the top left, I've got a classic studio kit. Those are my drums. So that's the 8 measures that I recorded. And now we're going to add more tracks. So the drums are just the base. You're going to add guitar, you're going to add cellos, you're going to add whatever you want, with the final piece being, once you have that simple melody, now we get to do your actual voice recording. So this is where the podcasting part comes in. So when you choose the microphone, you're going to plug the snowball mic into the bottom of your iPad so you get that nice crystal sound to your voice. And you're going to see it shows up right there as a mic. And along the top, you're going to see that there's different control panels, and you can flip back and forth between the mic and the editing. So over to the right now, where I'm moving things, this is underneath the tools. You can turn the metronome on and off. That's that thing that clicks and counts for you. You can fade the music in and out by turning on the fade. Don't worry so much about the tempo or the key signature. That's more for music stuff. If you get stuck and you don't know where you're at, go ahead and turn on that question mark, and that's going to give you some pointers. And here's your sliders. Again, this stuff is really in depth. You don't really need to mess with that so much, but you definitely need to know how to get back and forth between this screen and the recording screen. And you can do that on anything. Notice now that I'm clicking on the different things, there's this little at the top where those blue bars are. That means that you're editing in the actual tracks, and you can edit each one of these individually by clicking on it, or you can delete them, or you can do whatever. So you're also going to notice this little loop over here, and that is an Apple loop, and this would be if you want to add things that are already pre-built. So you don't have to build your own music from scratch. You can just add one of these millions of tracks that professionals out there have already made for you, and then you've got your pre-built-in music, or you've got a sound effect, or you can fade out. You can make it as long as you want. So you'll see that I'm scrolling here between screens. I'm going to go back to my recording, my microphone. And on the top, I'm going to click on the little mic, and that brings me back to recording. And I'm going to set it to dry, which just means just my voice. I just want to record my voice. I don't want to make it silly. And I'm going to hit the record button, and I'm going to talk. And when I'm done, you can go ahead and it automatically saves it. You click the record again to stop. It's going to bring you back to your project, where you're going to see another track line. So here we go. I'm just kind of playing and recording. When I'm done, now I'm back here, and look, you've got a new blue bar that you can move around. This is your vocal track.